Hello, all of you Vaingloriously wonderful people, and welcome back to City Skylines, where today we're actually getting some visitors to our amusement park. Finally. It's taken so long. Sadly, I couldn't keep the connections to the side. I think we went over that. We do have people walking along here occasionally. I don't really know where they're coming from or going, but hey, maybe they decided they wanted to take a nice stroll out and around here. But anyway, so everything has finished upgrading. We do have quite a bit of a traffic problem right here. I don't know, we'll deal with this another time. It's just a lot coming in one area. We might be able to alleviate some of that by eventually having possibly maybe a bridge that goes like right here, but that'd be a really tall bridge right by the runway. So I'm not sure that we're going to do it. We might just have to figure out what's going on. A lot of this is taxis and private vehicles. There's not a whole lot of commercial really coming down right here. And of course, the big problem is, we've got these weird intersections, which they're nice and all, but obviously they're causing some problems. So we might have to change these into some really small roundabouts. But that's not our concern for today. What I want to do today is get this section finished out with the current zoning needs that we have. What is that? Oh, it's just a big rock. But just get it finished out with our current zoning needs that we have, which we've got a big call for commercial. We do have pretty high unemployment. So we could do with some offices and some commercial to get this area kind of kick-started and get some jobs in here. So we're going to go ahead and buy the airport, keep going with commercial. Because again, this is a major tourist corridor. We don't want to zone on the main road. This is a major tourist corridor. So we want to make sure that we're taking advantage of that space. So I think I'm going to go ahead. Let's see. We've got commercial. That's an awful lot of commercial. I'm wondering if we can get away with going ahead and doing offices now. I'm tempted to build offices along this main road, but it looks like I've been avoiding it altogether and just not putting anything on there. So I guess I will continue in that. So right now we have a big need for offices. So that's what we're going to do, is just a ton of offices. Let that grow in, and then that should give us some demand for some residential. Of course, since this city is so large, almost 200,000 people running on, computer, it's a couple years old. It doesn't keep up the best. So what we're going to do is, while that's running, I want to come over to the next place that we're going to look at, and that's going to be over here. We're going to do some more industry kind of tucked back in here by this hill, because if I remember correctly, yeah, we're importing not a lot of goods, but enough that I would like to get rid of that. That will alleviate some of our traffic problems. The only issue I have with doing industry here is that our importers are all over here. And I don't know if they're going to want to drive over there. I don't have any way to really add a train station in over here for freight. So I've almost been tempted to do the industry here so that it's a really short drive. You can see we've got the main highway, and then this comes in and they could get in that way. There is rail service over here that I could probably, if I'm very careful, branch off down into there to be able to get a cargo terminal. Excuse me, allergies, as always. For now, we have this 2-lane temporary road that will probably be getting upgraded into something with 4 lanes. But we could add some more industry over here, but you can see we've already got a lot of traffic going on, to the point that I'm wondering if maybe having another cargo terminal back here would be beneficial. It almost seems to me like this would be the better area to do the industry, but then the only problem is, we've got this zoo here. Granted, the big portion of it back here is wooded, but I'd hate to have, your sight lines in the zoo. I guess you really wouldn't, though. Having your sight lines in the zoo looking out toward just a bunch of ugly industry, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. What's our education like, by the way? 80% of our population is highly educated, so they're college graduates. I'm just checking to see if anything has burned down since last time we played, since that happens a lot. You may remember we did over here a nice solution. We're getting train backups again. We had that solved. We removed the residential that was here and added industrial just to give it just that extra little bit. And you know what I'm wondering now that I'm looking at this? I ought to just connect this road. Because a lot of these trucks, they export from here, go back there, and they're coming back in here. And so we're forcing them all down in this intersection and then back up in here. If they had a little connection right here, that might solve some of this traffic right here. I would like it to not take out that, though. So let's turn off all of our snap twos here. It's still gonna try to snap there. So what we could do is maybe... how can I get this to fit? Well, we're gonna kind of cheese it. That's how we're gonna get it to fit. We're gonna go in here. Oh, we're gonna go in here and turn off our collisions for just a second. And get this. I want it kind of curved in so they can just make that boom right in like that. And then we're going to make this little tiny section that I just built one way. If it'll let me. There we go. Just one way in. That way they don't try to come down here. Only problem is our vehicle's going to be able to come this way and then still get back out. And I think the answer is yes, because they can go in here and then turn around on that road. There's not a divider lane. So these guys have to wait. But yeah, see, that's already taking a ton of traffic off of there. But is it just going to reroute it to the same intersection anyway? I don't know. Probably. That's kind of what it's looking like, honestly. But we can help this one out a little bit. I know we're nowhere near building what I said we were going to build, but when are we ever? We could come in here and give these guys a bit of a turn lane here. So they've got a dedicated right and left. It seems most of them wanting to go right. So that should help this flow. Because the very few that were wanting to go left that were blocking it all up shouldn't be a problem now. So yeah, it should maybe get this cleared up. And then hopefully once this clears up, this will clear up. Though I'm not sure that's going to happen anytime soon because we've also got this big issue of all these guys wanting to come up here. What are they importing or exporting? Neither. They're just local. So they could just be moving a lot of stuff around. I don't know if it's allergies or if I've got a cold or what. Yeah, we've got another train traffic jam. You know, you go and you solve problems and you fix things and you get stuff working only to have it just reappear again, which is a bit frustrating at times. Anyway, let's go over here and build what I said we were going to build. These guys are slowly filling things in. So our unemployment, never mind. I was about to say unemployment should be coming down, but it's not. Do we have bus lines and everything in here? We do. Good, so I don't have to worry about any mass transit or anything like that there. So yeah, I'm just stuck in this debate of where do I want this industrial area. And so this is industry over here, right? Yeah, this is industry over here. Just a small little area. I didn't bring it right up against all these roads because I didn't want truck traffic getting in the way. So we already have a couple of hot spots with traffic. Is there a stoplight there? Is that our problem? There is. I don't know that we need that anymore. I'm going to take it out, and we can always put it back in. It is a time traffic light, so we're going to remove it, and then we're just going to remove that altogether like that. It will create quite the problem for a moment with everybody trying to rush through the intersection now. But that should chill out in time. What do we have here? Let's make sure that you can go through and you can go through. There we go. And hopefully that will get this all to clear itself out in due time. So let's get this little road here upgraded, because I don't know that just a single 2-lane road is really going to give us what we need here. So this is, what are you? You are just a 2-lane highway. Let's upgrade you to a 3-lane highway. Just right there. And then we'll do a 2-lane here, and it already is 2-lane there. So that way they've got a little more space for changing lanes and all that good stuff. And then for now, we're going to use just a basic 2-lane road till we figure out what, that's a 6-lane. Till we figure out exactly what we're going to do. Where are my basic 2-lane roads? Oh, 4-lane road. 2 lanes in each direction. Oh, it's there. There it is. I see it. So I'm going to upgrade all this. Not like that, though. Never like that. There we go. I just realized there's no support columns into that whatsoever. There's one. Oh, there's one there. Okay, that's fine. Let's make this look a little better while we're here. Just align this to that. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. I almost wonder if we couldn't use one of the new bridges. 4-lane. I don't think European would look right over here. 6-lane. 4-lane, like a truss bridge, maybe? Kind of gives it a nice look over here. And if we do that and that. Yeah, I dig that. You know, it almost looks like there's supposed to be the ability to add a pedestrian path under here, but I've never figured out how to do it. Because obviously if you try to connect it without anarchy on, it'll give you the space already occupied. If I get close, will it connect? No. Well, I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Maybe that's technically connected, but I just don't know how they would realistically get up there. But it really does look like you're supposed to be able to have a walking path under there for pedestrians, but then up here, there's this massive sidewalk. So who knows? Maybe that's meant for workers to inspect the bridge. I don't know. But I like that. That just gives it a little more personality, a little more distinction. Excuse me. And we're just going to, actually for now, I'm going to delete this. I want to bring this in more in line with what we have already over here. Since we have a grid layout, why not kind of stick to it? I need to turn all my snap twos back on. And we'll just see where these two are kind of going to naturally intersect. Which, that's a 4-lane. That's a 4-lane. And this is a major road through. So we could, in theory, wherever this is going to intersect, wind up doing a roundabout or something. So let's put in a basic roadway here, just to give me an idea of what I'm working with. Just a basic, very basic grid that is spaced out the way I would do it. So that's 1, 2, 3. Let's do one more and then bring in another 4-lane road. So we'll switch back to this guy, and then that needs to be offset by 1. And I think that tells me where this needs to go. Right there. And that's kind of perfect. I like that. That works. So if we bring that in like that, and then to there, we could actually do another roundabout in here. What I don't love is how weird this slope is. So we're going to fix that real quick. Even though the roundabout's just going to kind of undo some of it. But that's better. So this road here would be, too close to a roundabout. And I know we have a roundabout on this end and a roundabout on this end. What's the point? Well, this one's to get people going that direction. This one's to get people going this direction without having to really stop or slow down. So we're going to come in here. We're going to go with a 3-lane road. We're not going to do a 3-lane highway over here. We're going to do that, and we're going to make it a little bit bigger since this is an entry point. Get that in. That looks nice, and then we can set that whole thing up using Traffic Manager. Control-Shift-Click, and it's done. It's set up. And then that'll give them a nicer way in and out of here. And see, the more I'm looking at this, the more I'm thinking, yeah, I do want to have my industry over here. Because I intentionally put like a buffer zone of trees over here so I could do residential in these areas. Because, this area needs workers and you want them to be close. I know we have workers here, but they're working in the offices and the commercial areas. So we're not really getting, a ton of use out of them. So it's odd that they're coming down like these side streets. I think that will change as people kind of find better routes, because these main roads here are going to be a much faster route. Man, I'm just torn. I'm really torn as to where to put all of this in. We'll eventually have a bridge over to here. I may try to squeeze in some sort of highway connection here. It's going to be really tricky because we've got an elevation that jumps up really fast. So to get like a bridge that comes out and over to go this way and then another one to bring them back in might be a bit difficult in that short space. We might have to do something different with the railroad. We have a thunderstorm again in this town, so I'm sure something somewhere is on fire. Because when it's... Oh yeah, I need to check. Is the airport being weird again with the way the planes just sit and rotate around? It is not. Wow. 2,000 people moving throughout the airport. It doesn't mean 2,000 airline passengers. That could be just people using the metro. Yeah, see, we've only got 500, 600 people. But look at that. We are moving 14,000 people through our mass transit every single week, which is really nice. I wish more of these people could take advantage of that. They do have a metro, though, that get over here, and then it brings them right here, and then that metro brings them there. So it's kind of odd that they're not wanting to use the metro. This loop here is temporary over to here. It's just to get us a connection over to this side for later. So, yeah, we've still got a lot of need for commercial. We've still got really high unemployment. Granted, this stuff over here probably still hasn't even finished filling in. It hasn't. And it's probably not upgraded all that much. Actually, I take that back. It has upgraded fully in a lot of these. So that's not bad. Educate more citizens. What are you talking about? We've got 80% of our population educated. That should be more than enough for you. And we are getting a few visitors. Not as many as I had hoped to see coming in and out of this park. I was really hoping it would be like a huge attraction. It's barely making any money. Even though it's the main park. We've got fireworks, everything for them. Yeah, but they don't want to. They don't want to. So, This is still the big question. What do I want where? And I hate being indecisive about this type of stuff. What I do want to figure out is what type of grid we can do here, because I didn't really calculate this out all the best when I did this a minute ago. It is like 6 o'clock in the morning when I'm recording. Couldn't sleep last night, so I'm like, hey, I'll get up and record videos. So let's come back through here now. Get rid of this. Whoa, okay, whoops. Hold on. I have to do a thing over in my recording software. Never mind. It's fine. My mouse sometimes wildly goes over to the other screen because I'm not really paying attention. And when that happens, I accidentally click on things. And suddenly Adobe Audition was like, hey, are you sure you want to do this thing? And I'm like, wait, what thing? What are you talking about, Adobe? So we're just going to do a standard 10 by 15 grid. And then, oh, wow. That's lucky. That's incredibly lucky right there. I can't believe that worked out. It's exactly 50. All right, I'll take it. We'll connect with these guys as well. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do a connection there. And then we will connect all through here. And then we'll find a way to bring this road into this grid. I'm thinking it's probably going to curve up to right here. In fact, yes, that's what it's going to do. It's going to come right into there. That's going to be kind of the edge of this area. I don't know what I'm really going to do with this big area over here. I don't think it's too noisy or anything. We could probably do some residential over here. Excuse me. Yeah, it's not too noisy or anything. We could definitely do something with it. Or we could just let it be an area where, you know, we have connections for our different things that we have going on in the city. You know, we could maybe have the road come up like that, and then have one of these side roads come out. That's about our middle point there. And, you know, we can just maybe have this be an undeveloped future use thing that just hasn't happened yet. Then that would give us some shortcuts across to other areas without having them also needing to support businesses and residents and things like that. So I think that might not be a bad idea. So here I do want to continue my grid, but I don't want to bring it all the way up to there. I want to have it stop and have this section connect wherever it will naturally connect, but maybe only one or two connection points. That is not the right road. There we go. And I also am not, even though we're putting this in, I won't zone anything on this side. Because again, I wanted that natural buffer of trees there. That kind of helps out our forestry industry a little bit. So we will bring this up as far as we can. And I think that's a good stopping point, because then that leaves us a nice little buffer back there as well. So then we can bring this straight across, because we now have our line for where everything can go. This can come straight back. And then all we have to do is fill it in, which is easy, because it's drawing straight lines. There we go. And there. I can see this intersection becoming a problem. And we're going to be able to fit way more people over here, and I really thought this place, or this space, is smaller than this. This is really going to accommodate quite a huge development. Because of that, I think that this is where we should put the residential, and this is where the industry should go. Because this could be, you know, the subdivision, This is all going to be low density over here. This is going to be the subdivision that, you know, all the factory workers, you know, they need a place that's close. You know, they don't want to have, you know, an hour-long commute. Who wants to have an hour-long commute? I just realized here. This needs to be 10, not 15. But it needs to come out, so let's make sure I've got it. Yeah, good. So, yeah, I don't have to worry about this. I can just go ahead and figure out where my grid's going to be. Easy peasy. This goes here. Oh, yeah, let's real quick investigate. Where are we going to connect these guys? That's a little bit in the way. Can these shift over at all? Or are they one right on top of the other? What is this? This is a fire station. We can bump it over there. Everybody is simultaneously happy and sad about that relocation. And then we should just run these dudes just over like this. And then we can have just one little connection coming right here. And hopefully that won't cause too much of a problem. Okay, it's going to cause a bit of a problem. So we'll bring it out to here. And then we'll see if we can't get a nice tiny little curve on it. And it's going to not want to play nice. So I need just the slightest of curves there. There we go. That works. I can live with that. And then we can maybe, even if we do something back here, bring a connection off and over here. Or what we could do. Yeah. This is the play here. Get this to kind of follow that hillside and then straight down. And again, nothing will go there. That will just be just a connector road. Just easy. I mean, we can always use it for services. You know, if we wind up getting garbage processing behind, which right now we're fine on. But if we wind up in that position, we'll have a way to deal with it. So let's finish off this grid and then see where it's going to give us the opportunity for bridges over here, though we might not get that far. Let's go back to straight roads. There we go. So there, and yep, I was afraid of that. So what we're going to do is just get rid of that guy for now. So what do we do here? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the fifth one was a major road, but I don't know that we're going to need to do that up here. Simply because, okay, why do you not want to let me snap to the right square? There we go. Simply because we're starting to get into the hillside back here. So we're not going to have room to bring a major road back here. So we might just be able to, from here now, bring, oops, not like that. Bring this kind of down and follow this hill nicely. Just the edge of a hill. It's borderline mountain. Follow this. And then grab the edge of that. And then just follow this bit around here. A little bit strange, but it works. And then we can have our larger road. Since that's our fourth, go ahead and come down here. Like that, but I don't think I need to bring it up in there. So that should give you a little bit of an idea of where we are headed next. Definitely going to be a struggle to get this city finished. I really wanted to get everything done, but with as slow as it's running, it makes it a bit of a challenge to record videos, because to get anything upgraded and to really see what my true needs are, I have to just let it run for, 45 minutes to an hour between each recording. And that unfortunately means I wind up spending an entire day just recording some Skylines videos, and I don't have that kind of free time. I just don't. But I'll get water pipes and everything into this, and I'll get the rest of this gridded out. And we will pick up there in the next video. So until then, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.